Waking up beside the Pacific is like waking up inside a dream that never really ends. There's no alarm clock, no schedule, nothing pulling you out of the moment. The ocean becomes the rhythm that decides when the day begins. The first sound is always the waves, rolling in and retreating over and over like the world breathing. Sometimes it's soft, like a whisper. Sometimes it roars, rising with the wind before settling into a hush again. But it's always there, a reminder that the world is moving even when everything else feels still. The light arrives slowly along the shore. At first, the sky is still asleep, holding onto the deep blue of night. Then the edges begin to soften, a pale lavender spreading outward, mixing into soft peach, then gold. The water catches it before the land does, shimmering with the first hints of daylight while the sand remains cool under bare feet. I open the door of the RV, and that first breath of salty air feels like something ancient and alive. It fills your lungs in a way city air never can. It feels like a beginning. Inside the RV, the morning is gentle. The counters hold grains of sand from yesterday's walk. The windows have a thin layer of salt dried from the ocean wind. The blankets are warm from sleep, but soon met by the cool morning breeze drifting in. I move quietly. No need to hurry. There's no place I have to.
The Pacific teaches patience.
The ocean does what it does, with no rush, no apology. It arrives. It leaves. It returns. And you learn to match its pace. I fill the kettle and set it on the small stove. The click of the ignition and the low flame feel like a tiny ceremony. Coffee always tastes different when you make it here. Maybe it's the air, maybe it's the view, maybe it's the feeling of knowing the world is larger than you and your worries. Maybe it's the reminder that the simplest things can be enough. As I wait for the water to boil, I step outside barefoot, feet sinking into cool sand that still remembers the night. The sky is glowing now, pink, deepening into gold. The waves glow with it, like they're reflecting something sacred. Seagulls call lazily overhead, gliding in slow wide arcs before landing along the shoreline. They move like they've done this forever. Surfers are already out in the water, paddling through the shimmering surface, waiting for the next set, silhouettes against a rising sun. Their patience mirrors the ocean's. Nothing forced. Just timing and trust. I wrap my hands around the warm mug, feeling the heat move into my palms. The first sip is always a grounding moment. Everything inside you settles. The sound of the waves takes the space that thoughts usually fill. You don't think about yesterday. You don't think about later. You simply stand there, breathing, watching the horizon pull the day closer. The world feels wider from here. Not loud, not overwhelming, just open. The ocean is endless but gentle, powerful but calm. It teaches something without speaking. It reminds you that there is no need to rush toward life. Life comes to you when you allow yourself to just be. Some mornings I walk along the shoreline, letting the foam wash over my feet. The sand shifts beneath every step like it's alive. Tiny crabs scatter into their burrows. Seaweed rests like stories washed up from places I'll probably never see. Driftwood lies tangled in patterns shaped by tides I never witnessed. Every object here has traveled farther than most people ever do. The ocean carries everything, and it releases everything. I think about how far this little RV has taken me, across deserts, over mountains, through snowstorms and heat waves, through quiet forests and crowded highways. And now here, beside the Pacific, where the world opens up as if there are no edges at all. Sometimes I wonder if the RV is just the vessel, and the real journey is learning how to see life differently. Every place changes you, sometimes, in ways so subtle you won't feel it until years later. But the ocean changes you immediately. It shows you how small you are, and somehow that makes everything feel more possible. The sun climbs higher and the day warms. The water shifts from gold to blue. Hardly any 2 minutes ever look the same. The clouds shape themselves into new forms. The waves rise and fall in patterns that never repeat. The birds circle and scatter and return. The air smells like salt and sunlight and something wild, something utterly free. People walk the beach in long, slow strides, some with dogs chasing the waves, some alone, some together. It's easy to share a place like this without speaking. Everyone here is quietly, in awe of the same thing. The ocean doesn't require conversation. It invites reflection. Sometimes I think about the life I had before all of this. Alarms, commutes, rooms full of noise, days that all looked the same. I didn't realize how crowded my mind had become until I found places where silence wasn't loneliness. It was peace. It was space. It was breath. Living on the road felt risky at first, uncertain, unusual. But waking up beside the Pacific, it becomes clear. The real risk was staying where nothing changed. Out here, you learn how to let go. You learn how to trust the road. You learn how to trust yourself. You learn that home can be a horizon, and safety can be movement, and happiness can be as simple as coffee and waves and sunlight warming your shoulders. As the day continues, I know I could drive somewhere new, up the coast, into redwood forests, toward cliffs that drop into roaring waters. But sometimes the journey is staying still. Sometimes the best travel is letting the world happen around you while you breathe and watch and listen. Not everything has to move. The Pacific reminds you that life is not a race. The ocean has been here long before us and will continue long after. It doesn't hurry to arrive anywhere. And still, it reaches everything eventually. So I sit. I watch. I breathe. I exist. And I feel full. Not because of what I have, but because of what's here. What's real, what's simple, what's endless. If you've ever felt the pull of a horizon calling you, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to take the risk, pack the bag, start the engine, and chase something wider than routine. Maybe your place is waiting somewhere just like this, beside the waves, beneath the sky, where the world feels open and your heart feels clear. And if you want to wake up beside oceans, mountains, deserts, forests, and endless roads with me, hit subscribe. Let's keep driving toward the quiet, the beautiful, the wide open. There's always another sunrise, and I'll meet you there.